Hello students, your instructor here, John Mandula with another screencast. This one is very specific. So we have this template. It's going to be called something like greenscreentemplate.psd or whatever. It'll be on the desktop of a Mac computer. And here's what's going to happen. There's going to be a green screen set up. Photographer would take pictures of people and, save it to SD card or USB drive or whatever. That'll end up on in your hands, and you'll plug it in the computer and you will bring that image into Photoshop. So you just open up Photoshop and you'll slide it into this photo layer. There'll be 3 layers like this: logo, photo, and background. Slide it in the photo layer like this. Now, with it selected, you will take your magic wand tool, which if you don't see it, it's because it's under the quick selection tool. Take it, set the tolerance up to, let's just say like 65 or whatever. Make sure contiguous is checked and anti-alias is checked. Click. And if you need to select more areas, like for example these spaces here, hold Shift and select those extra areas. When you have those selected just fine, don't delete just yet. What you'll want to do is in your masks panel, which should be just to the right of your adjustments panel, hit the new button, the circle with the plus sign. That'll do this. That's probably not what you want. So just hit invert and it'll be like this. Now you can see there's still some green around the edges here and stuff like that. So what you can do is go to mask edge ... and I'll knock out the background, just solid white, which is helpful. Shift edge, you can like move it in or out a little bit. We're trying to move it in, not too far, but far enough. We can feather it a smidge. That's too much. The contrast we can increase, which makes it sharper against the background. Shift the edge even more. That looks better. Smooth it out just a smidge. That's all good in the hood. I can hit OK. I've got this pretty good. The only areas would be like between the fingers, so I'm going to right click on this and apply the layer mask. Alright. Then I can zoom in on these areas, grab my eraser tool right here, and just erase away just real carefully and quickly. Probably want to use a very soft brush so you don't accidentally delete something important. Hopefully you want to have people having their fingers spread out like this, because that would be annoying. They'll probably just be standing there with their arms at their side or in their pockets or holding a shopping bag or whatever. Anyway, now the green stuff in the hair I'm not going to worry about, because what I can do is go to I can go to Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, select Greens, and desaturate them. So I'll just go to gray. If I want to, I can darken them too, or lighten them, depending on the hair color or skin tone of the individual. Hit OK. Now, if I undo that, if I had an area where it's like, oh, the person's wearing green and I don't want that green to go away, I could just, select an area that I want to get the green out of. Let's say like this area right here. So then I go back, Image, Adjustments, Hue and Saturation, go to the greens, desaturate, darken, or lighten them if I need to. Hit OK. That looks good. And then of course select, deselect, go back out. Then this part will stay the same. There will actually be a logo here. The type will look a little better. That layer should just stay locked and always on top. Go to the backgrounds, and this is where they can choose which background they want. Probably some kind of printout or something they can look at that will allow them to make that choice. This is the Cosmic Girl Punk Rock one. This is the City Skyline one. Mountains, ocean, red. There'll be some kind of like pattern in here, but stars or hearts or something like that. Kind of random squares like club style, and then a sunset. So whichever one they choose, let's say city, then all you have to do, you can save, go file save. This will keep the PSD alive and intact. For them, do a file save as, select JPEG, use their name in the file, so let's just say it's janedoe.jpg. Just save it on the desktop, that's fine. Hit save, hit OK. Now you'll notice that even though you saved out a JPEG, you should copy as a JPEG, so you're still working in the green screen template.psd. All your layers are active, and you can turn these off and on. When you get to the next photo, your next photo comes in, let's drop it in the photo folder, and you can just turn this one off or delete it entirely and start working on that photo. So, that's all I got. If you have any questions, cell phone 763-267-2016. You know how to contact me. Keep it real.